10 years ago, I said something out loud that I thought I'd never say. The church isn't true. It was 2015, and I was just starting down the rabbit hole. This monument right here, this is Huntsville Park. And on this monument is my great-great-grandparents. They were early Mormon pioneers and settlers of Huntsville, Utah. Wilmer Wharton Bronson and his wife Elizabeth Fisher Bronson. Only one of his wives. Later on that. Take a drive with me. I hope you enjoy the scenery along the way. But more than that, I hope you'll sit with me for a bit while I share something personal. Something that's been 10 years in the making. It was Father's Day weekend in 2015, and for the first time in my life, I stepped into a church that wasn't LDS. I wasn't even sure if I believed in God anymore, but I was searching. That year was hard. 2015, the early part of it was filled with inner conflict. I started learning some troubling things about the faith I had loved and dedicated my whole life to. And I'll never forget it. In April of that year, I finally said it out loud. The church isn't true. Words I never thought I'd speak. My wife and I, we were married in 1996 in the Logan, Utah temple, and we raised 4 amazing kids in the church. We served in callings, we showed up on Sunday, and we were living the LDS life. My last calling, second counselor in the bishopric. And it was while I was serving in that position that the questions began. This wasn't about people in my ward. They were good people, and they still are. What shook me was the history, the version I'd been taught growing up, and the version I began to uncover. They weren't the same, not even close. In 2011, I resigned from that calling of the bishopric, and from that point on, I did everything I could to hang on to my faith, my testimony, and my identity. But truth be told, it was all crumbling beneath my feet. Then came 2012. I fell down a flight of stairs and shattered my ankle. 10 weeks at home, off my feet, nothing but time and questions I tried to bury. That's when I really started digging. I became what was some call a cafeteria Mormon. Picking what worked, leaving what didn't. That kept me going until 2015. And that's when I fell down a different kind of staircase, straight into the rabbit hole of Mormon history. I even reached out to a cousin who happened to be a general authority and a historian. He was honest with me, candid, but even then I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd been lied to all of my life. Now let me make this clear. This is my experience. I know not everyone feels the same, and that's okay. Faith is deeply personal. But I won't sugarcoat it. 2015 was a dark time, and the darkness didn't just affect me, it touched my family too, in ways that I still regret. Today, I'm in a better place. Less angry, more curious, and still fascinated by the history. Not because I believe the church is true, but because it's such a huge part of where I come from. My family goes all the way back to the beginning. My great-great-great-grandfather was the architect of the Salt Lake Temple, Truman O. Angel. Some of my ancestors I'm incredibly proud of, and some not so much. Like the gentleman I mentioned on the monument, I will do a story about him at a later date. In the next few videos, I'll dig deeper into what ultimately made me leave, the specific things I wrestled with and still reflect on. But for now, thanks for coming along for the ride. Whether you're in the church, out of it, somewhere in between, or just here for the scenery, I appreciate you being here. And happy Father's Day. I hope you spend it with the people you love, and whatever your faith or path looks like, I hope it brings you peace. And we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think.